A local derby away from home against the team most likely to catch us for the final Champions League spot and a second leg in said Champions League, where we were behind from the first leg. This is quite an important episode. Hello and welcome to Club 6, Part 18 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we're away against Real Betis in La Liga and at home against Leipzig in the Champions League knockout round. Since you were last with me, this is what's been going on. Not the most inspiring form going into really massive games. Our season could be over at the end of this episode, or close to over anyway, and form hasn't been great going into it. This is what La Liga looks like. So we are currently in 4th place. There's a weird number of games been played by a variety of clubs. So we've got 2 games in hand over Real Madrid, 1 on Atletico Madrid, none over Barcelona, but 1 over Real Betis, who are chasing, as are Valencia, who we have 2 games in hand over. So a win against Real Betis today, and it becomes a 9-point gap over them with a game in hand. And we look pretty secure for a Champions League spot at the end of the season. A defeat, and we start to worry a little bit and really start looking over our shoulders. We're not going to finish any higher than 4th, realistically, looking at what's going on above us. And the Champions League, that story probably ends here. We're 3-1 down after the first leg, and Leipzig looked very good against us. So I'm not overly confident of battling back past them in the second leg, although we do have that one away goal to work with. Might end up being crucial. But let's play the Betis game first, and this is the team we're putting out there to do exactly that. We've got Markovic in goal, a back four of Calvillo, Sanya, McCrory and Rodriguez, with Moreno, O'Neill and Atz in midfield, and Garcia, Valentini and Gould as our front 3. Let's get into the game. Let's get into the game and see how we get on. I'm nervous. I'm worried. As long as we don't lose, it's not a disaster. If we lose this game, though, then it does start to... I mean, if we get knocked out of the Champions League today, and then this season don't finish in the Champions League qualification spots, that's a bit of a disaster. So they're 6th on the form. We're 2nd in the form standings at the moment. That's ridiculous, because our form hasn't been great, but let's assertively show them why we're in slightly better form than they are. I mean, they're 6th on the form, so it's not as if they're in disastrous form either. That has a draw written all over it, that current form for both teams. But have we just won a penalty after 2 minutes? Are we going over to the little telly? We are. He's off on his little run. Look, we need music for when the referee runs to the little telly, because I would say probably 10% of the videos since we've been in Spain have been the referee running to the little telly. Is he giving a penalty? Is he? No, it's a free kick. Well, that's weird. A free kick, no booking. That looked like a penalty and a red card to me, but what do I know? And now Betis break, but we get the challenge in from Moreno, and he breaks at the counter-attack, and all is well in the world again. And now it's Calvillo with the throw-in. Valentini with the cross. It eventually finds its way to Atz on the edge of the area, who has a shot from range. It bounces back off of the frame of the goal and came as far as Rodriguez, but obviously he did nothing with it because the highlight just sort of drifted away from us. But promising start. We've had 62% of the possession, 5 shots now, although none of them are on target. But they've had none. They're struggling to get into this game at the moment. We really need to be scoring a goal while we're in the ascendancy. So let's have 10 minutes of passion now. Early passion today as we try and grab a goal just before half-time as soon as we're able to. We're going to get creative as well. We want a goal before half-time. This has been our first half, and we've gone in 0-0, and that's a bit of a problem. We've been the better team here. Keep doing what you're doing and we'll be fine. Let's passionately say that. That's had no impact at all. Although, apparently they're all inspired by the feedback, but not inspired enough to go green and get all excited about wanting to get out there and win the football match. So, I don't understand how to give feedback anymore. I guess I would be happy with this as a result, but when we have dominated the game the way we have, we'd kind of like to win it. And now they've had probably the best chance of the game now. So now we really do need to worry. So they've got a free kick on the edge of the area, and that just kind of skids off the top of the crossbar as well. They're having some chances. We need more passion. We're fired up again. We're passionate. but have we got a goal in us? Let's have a look what we've got available on the bench. Abraham's not available today. I forget whether it's an injury or a suspension because I as usual, picked the team last week. I'm recording this Monday morning and don't remember why Abraham's not in the team. I'm sure I have a very good reason. Mateus is going to come on for Ats. And do we want to bring Fernandez on? He's never going to be a top player, but he has scored goals consistently for the B team for years. Plus, he's a Sevilla boy, so maybe this is the day where he'll come on and grab an unlikely winner. It seems like a weird substitution to make, but as people have rightly said in the comments before, what's the point in having someone on the bench if you've got no intention of ever bringing them on? So he's our third choice striker at the moment because we don't have... Pozo's coming on as well because we don't have any other options around the club. So if he's going to sit on the bench, if he's going to be our third choice striker, we've got to not be afraid to use him when we need to call upon a third choice striker. Betis now with a free kick, and they're going to score, aren't they? Oh, just whistles past the post. I think a draw is fair on reflection. It's been a very even game in the end. They've certainly had the better of this second half, and we need to make sure that we don't concede a late goal. The ball's broken free there, but nothing comes of it, and it is a 0-0 in our local derby. I'll just give them an unlucky, boys. They're listening keenly. Oh, goody. Glad you're listening keenly. Would have been nice to get a little bit more of a reaction, but at least we've not let them close the gap on us. We've still got a game in hand on them. We've still got a 6-point gap. So we're still looking pretty good for a Champions League finish, but our form does need to pick up, although obviously we are apparently one of the form teams in the division. So I don't know what these clowns above us are all up to. But let's go play Leipzig and try and do a little bit better against them and stay in the Champions League. Well, it turns out Abraham is injured, not suspended. He's got a pulled hamstring. He's going to be out for another 10 days or so. Centella is also injured. And Moreno and Alvaro both suspended for this cup game, which is a problem. I mean, Alvaro wasn't playing in the last game anyway. I think he actually had a knock as well. But losing Moreno is a little bit of an issue. So Mosca has come into the team to play as our playmaker. That doesn't fill me with confidence. But, you know, hopefully he'll be a hero for us. We need a 2-0 win. A 2-0 win takes us to a 2-0 win doesn't take us to extra time. A 2-0 win is a win. It's an away goals victory. So let's owe Leipzig after what happened last time out. Excellent stuff. And we just need to avoid scoring. Don't avoid scoring. Avoid conceding a goal. And let's score an early one ourselves and let's give ourselves something to play for. If we can go 1-0 up in the first 15 minutes or so, then we've got to feel like we can do it. We're one goal away from taking the lead then, and it suddenly feels all to play for. If we let them have an early goal or a goal at any point, then it suddenly starts to look like a mountain that is going to be rather difficult to climb. And they're in behind us already, 2 minutes on the clock. And I don't like the fact they're the team that are attacking. Can we get the ball up the other end, please? We didn't want them to score early. Markovic, at least he's listening, makes the save. They have got a corner, though, and this is not how this game was supposed to start. Leipzig corner, O'Neill heads behind for another corner, and they have another go at it. The same guy's taking it, same in-swinging corner expected. Sanya heads clear as far as Gould, and Gould now plays Valentini in. This has got the potential to be a lovely little counter-attack. It's with Garcia and now Calvillo, and it just ends. Just ends. I mean, it was played a little bit behind Garcia, I think, partway through the move, and that did slow down what was going on. Gould did brilliantly to find Valentini, and he looked like he was starting off an incisive counter-attacking break, but it was not to be. And now it's Leipzig attacking again. This is not what we want to see. Markovic makes another good save, and McCrory clears. McCrory should be a cup specialist. Remember, McCrory's a World Cup winning captain for Scotland. He knows how to take an underdog into a big competition and get through a knockout round. Markovic with another good save. Markovic is keeping us in the Champions League at the moment, but he does need his mates to chime in at the other end and score some goals. A header that I think that hit the crossbar and then went over. It seemed to take a massive deflection and no corner was given. We need to score a goal. 0-0 at half time, and I'm a little bit worried. obviously we've done the job at one end, but it's largely been thanks to one man making a string of excellent saves. But we need a goal. We do still owe them, but we didn't care about that before. We still don't care about it now, apparently. They've only got 500 people in here. We should be absolutely drowning out the Leipzig fans. And we've got to get out there and grab a goal. Come on, let's have some passion. Who have we got who can come on and change the game? And that's the problem. I don't think we have anybody. Markovic makes another... Oh, it's offside. Markovic made another save. It didn't end up in the back of the net, but it's been given offside, and we get let off again. We need a Pozo, maybe. Maybe Pozo's the man to come on. Valentini's not having a very good game, and we don't have another striker to come on apart from Fernandes again. I think we've just won a penalty. It's Garcia to take the penalty on 62 minutes. This is massive. If this goes in, then it's all to play for. If we miss here, then hearts are just going to sink. 1-0 to Sevilla on the night. It's still 3-2 to Leipzig on aggregate, but with 27 minutes to go, if we grab a goal, we win the tie. Now I'm tense. Oh, now I don't know what to do. What do I do to go and grab a goal whilst making sure we stay tight at the other end? Valentini and Gould seem like the obvious ones to bring off because they're not playing very well at all. Pozo for Gould is an easy substitution to make. I don't mind doing that, but Valentini for Fernandes feels like a massive call. But I think it's a call. I've got to try something different. Valentini is not playing well and hasn't played well all season. Let's show some 10 minutes of passion. Can't believe we've got a youngster, an untried youngster up front, and we need a goal in a Champions League knockout round. You lot are going to destroy me if this doesn't work. O'Neill is not playing well. We've got Mateus on the bench. Again, it doesn't feel like a very positive change, but we've got to change. We've got to change something. Right, let's go attacking. What else can we do? I think it's time to demand more. Demand more. I keep pausing now, so I don't want to miss an opportunity. We're demanding more. They're focused. We're attacking. We've got a free kick. It's with Pozo. Floats the free kick in. Mateus has scored! Ooh! The substitution has worked. It's now 2-0. Go back. Drop back, everybody. Oh, my word. Right, as it stands at the moment, we are ahead on away goals. I'm not dropping back to any kind of defensive system. We've just dropped back to our normal system. And now we just need to hold on. Calvillo to Mosca. Mateus tries to slot it into whoever that was in the middle. McCrory's there to win the challenge back. Ats from miles out. If he'd have scored there, that would have been the goal of the save. Mosca now with the free kick. And the keeper can't get hold of it properly. Mateus is in again, but I think he was offside. There's 4 minutes of time added on. We've still got the ball, though, with 3 minutes remaining. But we've just given it away. But Calvillo gets it back again, finds Garcia. Just keep the ball, lads. Mosca now. We should probably switch to our control possession system, but I'm afraid to change anything. The momentum is with us. I don't want to give it back to them by changing something. Sanya to Markovic. Please don't mess up now. No! He'd played so well. That's ridiculous. He had such a good game. Oh, my word. He kept us in the tie in the first half and then did that. And all of the good stuff that he did counts for absolutely nothing, as he's just cost us our place in the Champions League. That is just so stupid. So this is the final roll of the dice. It's Calvillo. Just cross it. It's into Garcia. Cross it. Mateus. Cross it. Somebody cross the football. No. And that's it. And Markovic becomes the villain. And it's so unfair on him when he played so well. Oh, I mean, we're still mugging them on the night. They've had 3 clear-cut chances to our 1. They have been the better team. Markovic had an outstanding performance and then a moment of absolute madness. We can't do anything more than say unlucky. 'Twas not to be. But, it felt like it was happening. When Mateus scored, 92nd minute howler from our keeper. If that happens at any other point of the tie, you have a chance to come back. If it happens then, though, it just ruins your season. We've had moments like this in non-league to legend before, but usually the culprit doesn't come back from them. So I think we're goalkeeper shopping. In the meantime, we'll play out a big chunk of the rest of the season. I don't know that we necessarily... I think we could probably play all the way through until the end of the season. We're not in a title hunt. We're probably not going to fall out of the Champions League spots. If it starts to look like the Champions League spots are in doubt, I'll come back and do a video. But otherwise, I think I'm just going to play it all the way through to the final 2 games of the season and do those tomorrow. And hopefully we try again in the Champions League next year. Oh, that is gutting. Ugh. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.